In Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, recorded in the Gospel of Matthew, chapters 5 through 7, it's important for us to ask, who's in the audience? Who is Jesus addressing? Who is listening to Jesus' teaching in this Sermon on the Mount? There are four well-known Jewish sects representing four very different paradigms. Each of these was an attempt to be the faithful people of God in a political context ruled by pagan powers. Each perspective is likely present and is disrupted, even challenged, by the words of Jesus. The first group, probably the most well-known of the groups, is the Pharisees. They're a brotherhood devoted to obeying Torah, their particular interpretation of Torah, or the Old Testament, that had added many layers for safeguarding faithfulness. They were a minority party. They were not in power in the temple, so they became the primary voice of dissent. The second group, the Sadducees, they were an aristocratic, wealthy, and powerful group prepared to make the compromises needed with both Rome and Herod in order to retain the power that they held in the temple. The third group, the Zealots, they were extremists whose approach can be summarized as say your prayers and pick up your sword. They often engaged in terrorist-like activity in their attempts to sabotage the evil powers of Rome and Herod and restore the rule of God. The fourth group, the smallest of the groups, was the Essenes. They isolated themselves from the corrupting influence of the rest of the Jewish sects, lived in tight, disciplined communities, awaiting God's vindication of their faithfulness and holiness. Jesus' Sermon on the Mount offers a different read of Torah, a different posture toward political powers, and a different model of faithfulness than any of these Jewish sects held. Jesus' sermon just as powerfully confronts similar postures of our day in the 21st century.